Hi, this is Destini Moody, registered dietitian and board-certified specialist in sports nutrition, and today I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite sports supplements that you've probably never heard of, Tart cherry juice. Let's hop in. So, Tart cherry juice has blown onto the scene in the last few years in the sports nutrition world. And that's because most sports dietitians have now made it fully mainstream. They had it in the clubhouse when I was with the San Francisco Giants, and they had it all over the locker room whenever I was with D1 athletes at Berkeley. And that's because it works. The reason that Tart cherry juice works is because it is a very powerful antioxidant, which helps performance in a number of ways. There are some sports, especially when you're in college, that require you to work out multiple times a day. In college athletics, we used to call it two-a-days, but there may be some athletes that work out upwards of 3 times a day. If you're a football player who has gone through camp, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And that can be rough on the body, but it can also be rough on your performance. When you're on that third lift of the day, there's no way you're lifting as much weight as you were in the early part of the day. But what if I could tell you that there was a supplement that could help with that? This is not sponsored, I promise you. This is just delivering information. Tart cherry juice has been shown to help with strength output, especially with athletes who work out multiple times a day, or they have back-to-back competitions, such as a race that's in the evening and then you have another race very early in the morning. Or you have a couple of races that are back-to-back in the same day. So, what did the study show that now has made Tart cherry juice a mainstream sports nutrition supplement? There was a study done in 14 college athletes. Half of the athletes drank cherry-flavored Kool-Aid, which was the placebo, and the other half of the athletes drank Tart cherry juice after their workout. They were then made to do bicep curls twice a day, even though they were all pretty sore from the workout that they had to do the previous day. They found that the boys who drank the Kool-Aid, the placebo, lost strength at a rate of 22%. How much strength did the Tart cherry juice group lose? 4%. Hardly any strength at all. In the runner study in particular, it showed that not only was strength able to be mostly preserved, but it showed a marked reduction in muscle soreness after the activity. Now this is huge for people who lift very, very often, or they have to compete very, very often, because it's often muscle soreness that keeps us from performing to our full potential. So, are you excited yet? Me too. So let me tell you how much you should be drinking. You'll want to have about 10 ounces of Tart cherry juice within 30 minutes of finishing your workout in order to experience these benefits. If it's Tart cherry juice concentrate, please, for the love of, only have 1 ounce and then dilute it as much as you need to, because concentrate tends to be very, very tart. And I know some athletes that have gotten some pretty significant heartburn from it, so be careful. So, before you run off to Amazon or whatever store it is that you get most of your supplements, there are 2 important things that you need to know. Because the popularity of Tart cherry juice has been gradually climbing since the athletic community and the fitness community has gotten a hold of the results of these studies, there's an awful lot of scammers out there and just a lot of products that look like Tart cherry juice, but they aren't the real thing that we use with our college and professional athletes. What it is that you want to buy is you want to buy Montmorency Tart cherry juice, all right? This is the specific genus of cherry that is going to give you those athletic performance benefits. If you're buying something that simply says Tart cherry juice and you look at the ingredients list and it does not say that they have come from Montmorency cherry, do not buy it. It is trash. Another thing that you want to think about is if you are an athlete and you're in the off season trying to put on muscle, you do not want to be taking Tart cherry juice after your workouts. And this is because Tart cherry juice should just be reserved for performance-based recovery. The problem is, since tart cherries are such a potent antioxidant, they can blunt the adaptation response that you get from building muscle. The thing is, for hypertrophy to occur, your body does need to experience some inflammation so that it can adapt to it and build new muscle. If you don't allow this inflammation to occur because you're blunting that inflammatory response with tart cherries, you might not see the same level of hypertrophy. So, save the tart cherry juice from when you're in season and competing. So, what's Destiny's bottom line? I love this supplement. I loved giving it to my athletes, although not a lot of them liked receiving it from me. But I don't think that there's any harm in drinking something that comes from a whole food. And for those of you that are wondering, no, you can't just eat the cherries and get the same benefits. You have to have the juice in its concentrated form in order to get all of those wonderful antioxidants that you're looking for. Thank you for watching, and this is the Athlete's Dietitian signing off.